Hello everybody and welcome back to Space Engineers. So today I'm going to be starting a little mini-series of which I talk about some tips and tricks for Space Engineers. In today's video we're going to be talking about ores and ore production and a lot into the sort of side of stone. So if you have any suggestions of tips or things you need tips and tricks on, or different ideas that I can make videos on, leave them in the description down below, or the comment section down below, and I'll make sure I'll try to make a video on it. But without further ado, let's get straight onto the video, shall we? Okay, so when you land on a planet, starting a new world, obviously all you have access to is a survival kit, and that requires you to mine this dirt or stone and process it. Now, there's some things I've noticed that people may not know, and that is there's two different types of dirt, or should I say, or stone. We have the dirt, or sand in this case because we're in a desert, and then we actually have the stone. And the stone forms at a certain depth from, a different height. So I've got the fanciest drill here, and let's say I mined a bit of that. So we get one little rock of 190. Whatever it said. Yeah. 199. And if I mine some of this stone, just one little bit, I get 340, 265, and a load of small ones. But that is a lot more than just this side. Again. Oh, we got two this time, of 57, and I don't know, I think it was this one. Wait. 109 and 57, something like that. And then and this one again. Again, 109, 162, 105, and 372. You get a lot more if you dig down. So when you start, trying to mine, don't try and dig all this top surface. Make yourself a little cave and dig down. It'll make your life so much easier. But then that gets us on to our second topic. And that is, once you've got your stone, turning it actually into ingots. So you can use refineries. Obviously, in this case, we're going to start with a survival kit. And then we make the ingots, and we can make things using the assemblers. So for this test, I have put 5k stone into each one of these refineries. So we have the small grid refinery. We have the small grid survival kit. We have the large grid survival kit. And then we have the basic refinery, the big refinery, or just the main refinery, and then a refinery with 4 yield modules on it. That's just to get a bit of an understanding of how much you're going to get from 5k stone. So, the basic survival kit for small grid grants you 150 iron, 12 nickel, 20 silicon, and 70 gravel. If you go to the large one, it is 70 gravel, 150, 12, and 20. It is the exact same for small grid and large grid. Think about this, right? So 150, 12, and 20. So let's go to the basic refinery, shall we? 105, 8.4, and 14. That seems a little bit lower, doesn't it? And that is true. See, I was confused at first. I would have thought, if you try and refine stone into a basic refinery, you're going to get more than a survival kit. Incorrect. You get less stuff from a basic refinery. But we'll talk a bit more about the basic refinery in a second. Moving on to the normal refinery, we get the 150, the 12, and the 20. So if you want the maximum amount of ingots for your stone, you either want to be using the survival kit, so you'd actually have to go obviously into production, into the ingots, and spam out a load of ingots so you always have it making. Or you're going to just, have to go straight for the big refinery. This small basic refinery is less efficient. Mind blown. Anyway, and then if we put all yield modules on, we get 2 times. So we get 300, 24, and 40. It's double what we get with just a basic one. Now, I was saying before that there's a reason, or at least I believe there's a reason for this basic refinery not giving quite as much stone. Quite as many ingots for the amount of stone. And that is because the basic refinery allows you to actually smelt the ore form, doesn't it? You can't put ores into a survival kit. It just doesn't work. But you can put them into a basic refinery. And if I come over here, we've got a little list of what you can smelt in what. So in the basic refinery, you can obviously smelt iron ore, silicon ore, nickel ore, magnesium ore, and cobalt ore. That is it. That's what you can do. Obviously, you can do stone as well, but I'm not going to talk about that. We've already discussed that. And then in the actual refinery, so this big boy right here, we can smelt gold, platinum, uranium, and of course we can also smelt all of these other sources, but these are the unique ones to just this type of refinery. And I believe that is a reason that you get less stone from the basic refinery, and that's because you can smelt the iron, the silicon, the nickel, the magnesium, and the cobalt. Obviously, from stone you get iron, silicon, and nickel. But yeah, I thought that would be a useful little tip for you guys to know. So if you are starting off and you make yourself a little base, I wouldn't necessarily say put all of your stone in the basic refinery. Obviously, you know, stone is abundant, so I'm not telling you what to do. If you want to mine more stone, sure. But you're not going to get maximum yield. Stick with your survival kit. And the fun thing about survival kits, actually, is they cost literally just a little bit more steel. So you can literally move a survival kit over to the larger grid one quite easily. No, that's just another little tip there for you. Okay, so moving on to another little tip about stone and stuff. Obviously, we were talking about getting down to your deeper sort of surface and stone producing iron, nickel, and silicon. It means you can make some kind of big mining rig like this quite simply, just by placing a couple of pistons, a couple of drills, and just slowly having it mine into the ground. Obviously, collecting all of the stuff. But yeah, if you put a couple of refineries down, some yield modules, you can have a little dump place for your gravel, because no one likes gravel. And then, obviously you don't have to do this in this case, but I've split it up. You can get a lot of iron, silicon, and nickel out of literally doing not a lot. Meaning you don't actually have to look for that many iron, nickel, or silicon, like, ores. You can just, get it out of a nice bit of stone. Obviously that doesn't work for all the other ores. It's just the basic ones, but that'll allow you to build all your sort of computers, all your motors, steel plates, interior plates, construction components, a lot of your base sort of components that you need. So you'll be able to... Actually, you won't be able to make thrusters because they require metal grids. Yeah, but you'll be able to make things like batteries, build basic rovers, that kind of thing. Nice and easy. And I want to make it quite clear that you don't have to go this big if you don't want to. There are lots of different mining sort of contraptions that you can make. So if I put down, let's say this one here. This was a... what do you mean PCU limit reached? I'm in a creative world, I don't have a PCU limit. So if I went over to here, so we got, there's certain different scripts that you can use to make it a little bit more compact. In this case, I'm using the automatic mining platform script by Keys Labs. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to be able to use this. But it just is a case of naming all your different rotors and pistons and all that. And then all you've got to do is type in argument start and click run. Okay, so what I actually have to do is I need to do set. So you get that. So that is a command set, which basically just makes sure everything's good. And then what you've got to do is start. And then when you run that, you can see it goes blue. And what it will do is it will... So this is a little rig that I've made. And as you can see, what it's going to do is it's going to rotate all the way around, do a full lap, then lower the piston, do a full lap, and then it can also put the actual bees pistons sticking out. And so what you can end up having is an absolutely massive size hole using only a few drills. So it's a little bit more effective than literally just strapping a load of drills on. Obviously, sort of, it's good and bad for a server. Some servers don't allow scripts, so you sort of have to go to this sort of side, but some servers don't allow a lot of drills and stuff like that, so, you know, this side's a bit easier. In some ways, I'd say this is easier for early games, so, you know, you just have to sort of decide. And it has a nice little progress bar saying how far it's complete and how full your cargo is. So you set up your cargo container, so you got /mine. You do /mine for the drills, and then we've got the pistons. So we're doing horizontal. These are the 2 horizontal ones. That's the vertical one. Obviously they're the boxes. This is the LCD, and then the advanced rotor. But yeah, nice little script. Thought I might as well just, you know, show that right at the end if you don't want to build something like that. But yeah, these are supposed to be just little short tips and tricks videos. I don't need to be too long, and I don't really want to ramble on for any more. So yeah, like I said at the start of this video, if you have any particular subject you think it would be good to do some tips or tricks on, or if you have something, you know, you're not too knowledgeable in and you would like to get a bit of information on it, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. I'll have a read and see if I can do it. I'll make a video on it. If it's just a small thing, well, maybe I would just make a little comment just to give you a bit of information. But yeah, hopefully this was informative for you. Yeah. And if you did find this video informative in any way, shape or form, maybe consider subscribing to the channel. Helps me out more than you think it does. I'm still a very small channel, so any support that I get from you guys means so much. But yeah, that's going to end today's video. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, remember to hit the like button. It helps me out more than you think it does, and shows you want to see this series continue. My name's been Quantum Chief, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!